Hi, I'm Christian, and I'll be speaking about Excel. The title is somewhat dramatic. Kill your spreadsheets before they kill you, but this is actually a topic that's at the core of what we do in my company, the company that I founded 3 years ago. So here we go. About me, just a little bit. I left KPMG some 3 years back to found this company, and I traded in my suit, my shiny shoes, and I guess my jacket for a pair of sneakers and some jeans. This is what I did. And my day-to-day work looked somewhat like that before I did that. So this is my computer screen. Lots of Excel, using it for planning, analyzing, and project management. And I see some people nodding here, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Actually, this problem doesn't just apply to business. We have it really everywhere. There's the MI5 bugging the wrong phones due to a number error in Excel. We have the Washington Post talking about the Olympic Games being overbooked. Again, spreadsheets errors. We have JP Morgan, 55 billion loss in part due to Excel, and we have Germany's pride and joy, the Rhine, that is actually 90 kilometers shorter than we all thought for 50 years. And this is due to spreadsheet calculations. So this happens everywhere. It's a big problem, not just in business. And it's so much that there's actually a German homepage by the name Excel nervt, so loosely translates to Excel sucks. So. And everybody knows again. So there's 2,193, I checked this on Sunday, articles on there, divided in 40 different categories, and I picked my top 4. There's Excel doesn't calculate at all. I can see some people thinking about, you have to press F9. Sometimes that doesn't work, it seems. Strange formulas, which is the beauty of Excel, of course, the formulas. Then we have wonderful formats. It's the second category, second only to, I think somewhere here we have 300 something mentions. Anyways, wonderful formats, and my personal favorite, error messages. So I selected 2. This one, because of the nice way something went wrong. And then they had this one. This is really nice. When you come to Visual Basic, they don't tell you what the problem is. They just give you a number. They're just like 400, and you'll figure it out yourself. So this is what I was dealing with. And to make this a bit more structured, I think Excel is a great tool. It's a blank piece of paper, so it's almost like art. You can do anything with it. But it really depends on the situation and who's sitting in front of it. So there are 6 problems that I think are central when you're using Excel. One is the user rights. Once you start with working with more than 1 or 2 people, it gets complicated very quickly. It's time consuming because you're starting on a white sheet of paper. You can do anything with it, and you have to do it. Otherwise, there's nothing there. So that's time consuming. There's a certain complexity level. If a business problem arises beyond that level, Excel will not work anymore. I'm 100% sure of that. Excel is not meant for communication. I know that there's a commentary function in there, but it's not used to, communicate between many different people. Obviously, there's errors. I mean, it's prone to user errors because we have users typing in formulas, doing actual programming work, and we have data loss. It's a file-based service, right? We're having different files, and files get lost. To back this up scientifically, I went online and looked for studies, and I found this one. There's actually many more, but this one's very good. And I took the abstract word for word, and I'm highlighting 4 key points. The first one is, the issue is not if there is an error, it's how many errors are in an Excel file. So this is scientific, so it's not me talking here, it's a paper. There actually is, it's almost certain you'll have an error in your Excel files. The good news is, these error rates are in line with what people normally do wrong in other areas. So you're not more stupid when you're using Excel. It's the same level of stupidity. It doesn't increase with Excel. But the big difference, and this I think you can relate to from the aviation industry, and I'm a software guy, but in programming, this is what we do all day. We have learned to follow strict development disciplines. So there's there's sprint reviews, there's test-driven development, and all these things. There's some guys nodding over here. You're an IT guy, right? Yeah, I can see that. PVC. Oh, very good. So you know that. Exactly. So this is the thing. And I guess in aviation is similar. But when you're working with Excel, even though you may be working, with quality management and risk insurance in other areas, when it comes to Excel, it's like Maverick. I mean, everybody's doing what they want. And you start an Excel file, you send it to me, I love it, I add my shit, and we incorporate it into, our business processes, and we've created a monster, and it's really hard to get rid of it. So that's the real problem. And to give some numbers here, I think it's fair to say that I guess 99% of companies are using Excel. So this is the blue part. Is there anybody that doesn't use Excel in their company? Like it's never used, never touches it? Yeah, I was hoping for that. So no hands. And then there's a 90% failure rate. So, when you're working with it, there's a high chance as complexity increases, there will be an error in your file. And this goes beyond Excel. We are all knowledge workers, right? So nobody here works with their hands anymore, even though you're programming, but it's mainly your brain, not really your hand, doing the job. So searching and interpreting information is 65% of our time. This is basically all we do. 2/3 of our day goes into that. And you can imagine how difficult these two tasks are when you're working with Excel. It's almost impossible. That's a huge problem. For the financial guys around, it's actually a problem that relates to money as well. So 20 euros for filing, 120 for finding things, and 220, and this is per incident, when you can't use the file. So the typical case where you're opening up an Excel file and it doesn't work because some formatting problems, the input file is missing, you have these NV errors, everything's yellow and red. That's 220 euros right there for your company. Lost money, on average. So why are we using Excel? I mean, we're not stupid, and I'm using it as well. So why is that? I think there's 5 reasons. It's widely used. It can be found everywhere. We say, so what? It's simple. Everybody can use it. I'm not sure it's that simple. If you really want to do it well, I know there's some black belt Excel guys around me right now, and they're very sure of their skills, but really, not everybody is proficient at it. It's individual, that's true. You can do anything with it, but I'm sure that even though we all tend to think that our business scenarios are very, very specific to us and our company and our particular situation, in the end, really, they occur everywhere around the globe all the time. So there are professionals who can do much better than we can all do in Excel. Convenient alternatives are unknown, that's true. You can get to know them quite easily. I'll get to that in a minute. And it's cheap. Well, I just proved that that's not the case. Excel is much more expensive on the long run. So I found this Mark Twain quote, which I think really sums up very well what the problem is. We are all knowledge workers. We don't have hammer in our hand anymore, but we're using Excel. This is basically one of our main tools. So we walk around and all we see is nails, when really there may be some screws in some other situations. So my point is, unless our brains work like this guy's, or we want to end up like this guy, I recommend a 3-step process, very simple, to get rid and kill your spreadsheets whenever you can. So the first step is identify processes and areas where you can actually make a change. So these are usually, look for scenarios where you have many people working together on sharing Excel files. This usually is proof that you can improve it. Look for alternatives. All you need is this device and a computer. And then try them out. The new generation of software is actually all self-service, 30-day trial, no need to go through IT procurement or whatever. You can just start using them. So that's what we are there for. And just a word, what are we doing? We are the bulldozer, the trash can, or the wrecking ball for Excel when it comes to project management. That's what my company is doing. Thank you.